Listen carefully, because what you're about to hear is not just a story, it's a warning. Hospitals, they say, are places of healing, but some places, like Briar Glen Psychiatric Hospital, become something else. Places where darkness doesn't wait for nightfall, where things that shouldn't exist find their way in, and sometimes they choose you. Tonight, you'll meet a man named Michael, a nurse, a survivor, and a man who learned too late that demons don't always wear horns. Sometimes they wear your own reflection. So keep your eyes open. If you still have them, let the story begin. Michael worked nights at Briar Glen Psychiatric Hospital, a forgotten brick tomb deep in the hills of Vermont, a place that smelled of bleach, old rain, and something worse, something rotting. They said the patients inside were too far gone, but Michael knew better. It wasn't insanity that destroyed them. Michael wasn't a man anyone envied. Scarred arms, hollow stare, a past littered with violence he never spoke of. He came to Briar Glen to outrun himself. But darkness, real darkness, it doesn't need permission to follow. Every night he walked the same halls. Every night the whispers got louder. At first they belonged to the patients, but soon they didn't. It started with room 206. An old man inside named Harold, who hadn't spoken a word in months, suddenly began screaming Michael's name over and over. Michael, Michael, Michael. When Michael entered the room, Harold's voice wasn't his own. It was guttural, mocking. Then Harold stopped breathing, dead, eyes open, still smiling. When they found Harold the next morning, Michael swore his mouth was still moving. Nobody believed him. Days turned to weeks. The spirit, or whatever it was, moved. From Harold to the orderly who patrolled the lower wards, then to Sarah, one of the other nurses. Michael watched her drag a scalpel across her own arm without flinching. He barely stopped her in time. Sarah's eyes were empty as he held her bleeding body. But when she spoke, the voice was familiar. "You're next, Michael." He never told the doctors. He knew they wouldn't understand. And deep down, he wasn't sure he wanted help. One night, the demon stopped hiding. Michael was walking through the east wing when he felt it behind him, breathing, heavy, wet. But when he turned, the corridor was empty, or so he thought. Suddenly, one of the patients, a teenage boy with no history of violence, charged him. Fists, teeth, nails. Michael fought for his life, smashing the boy against the wall. He could feel bones crack under his hands, but the boy, he kept smiling. And through blood-soaked lips, the demon whispered, "You can't kill me, you already let me in." Michael stopped sleeping, stopped eating. He saw the demon everywhere, in patients and staff, even in strangers on the street. The truth hit him like a blade to the gut. The demon wasn't possessing people, it was using them as mirrors, because the thing he was fighting, it wasn't following him, it was him. The violence inside Michael, the rage from his past, the trauma he buried deep, the demon had been born from it, and now it wanted out. Michael's last night at Briar Glen, they found him in the east wing. He clawed his own eyes out, but he was still alive. When they pulled him from the blood-soaked floor, he was laughing, and his mouth formed two words, "I see." They say Michael's in a state facility now, locked inside his own mind. Safe, but nothing safe. Not when you've invited the darkness in. And what happened to Briar Glen? It closed 6 months after Michael's incident. No explanation, no survivors, just an empty building and silence. At least, that's what they say. But next time you feel like someone's watching you, next time you hear your name whispered in the dark, ask yourself this: are you sure you're alone? Or has something already found its way inside you? Because demons, they don't need to knock. They only need the door cracked open. Sleep well. If you like this story, subscribe for more dark tales. And remember, what you ignore might already be hunting you. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more horror.